to notify the ECZ of the existence of the vacancy. This was pronounced in the case of Kambwili versus the Attorney General, when Dr. Patrick Matibini was Speaker, when he purported to have expelled Honorable Kambwili from Parliament. Mr. Kambwili challenged that matter. It was before the courts of law, and the Constitutional Court gave guidance on the role of the Speaker under Constitutional Amendment Act number 2 of 2016, where they said the responsibility of the Speaker in the current constitutional setting is merely that of a referee. You are only an arbiter. So what we have done as the Patriotic Front, the affected members of the party, and Secretary General I think is going to expand on that position, is that we have sought legal counsel and we are taking yet another legal challenge of this matter before the courts of law. Now, it pains me to sit here and begin to suggest that we are actually going to court. Why? Because it is now beginning to become very clear that these institutions of governance in this country have been so polarized by the Republican president and by extension by the UPND as a party in government. I think the public is aware of the recent developments before the courts of law, where clear-cut cases where they should have dealt with the matters on the merits have been thrown away on some kind of technicality, one type of technicality or another. This constitution, under which we pride ourselves as a constitutional democracy, has a specific provision that demands that at all times the court must not be bogged down by technicalities, but must ensure that it addresses itself to merits of the case that comes before it, as well as ensure that justice is rendered in accordance with the expectations of the Constitution. So even as we return back to our lawyers with instructions that we go back to court, we have a painful presumption that this time we are going to find courts that are prepared to preserve and underscore or protect the Constitution of this republic. The only thing that keeps this country intact together is the Constitution. The Constitution has provisions that ensures that every Zambian has a stake in the governance of the nation. It does not allow rule by the might, as we are seeing currently. I had made an earlier call, and I can only repeat it here. I would like to call on Zambians from all walks of life to begin to take a keen interest in how the UPND is governing this nation. For the longest time in this country, we have been thinking that the UPND has got the moral right to punish the Patriotic Front and possibly to throw them out of existence. This is not a matter for the Patriotic Front versus the UPND. This is a matter for our survival as a sovereign state of the Republic of Zambia. I want to call upon traditional leaders, wherever they are. I want to call upon the church, wherever they are. I want to call upon professional organizations, wherever they are. I want to call upon civil society organizations, wherever they are. And most importantly, I want to call upon the profession to which I pride myself to belong, the Law Association of Zambia, to take a very keen interest in these matters as they unfold. The Constitution is being ripped. The Constitution is being breached. There seems to be a consent between the government in power, the executive, and National Assembly, and unfortunately, by extension, sections of the judiciary that are not prepared to have a constitution that should guide how we conduct our affairs in the nation. Yes, this might be a fight for the Patriotic Front alone, but I can assure you, once this government is finished with the Patriotic Front, they will look for another victim. That's how dictatorships or oligarchies are entrenched. We are a sovereign constitutional democracy. Our journey to democracy started in 1991. It was reinforced in 2016 when we made it a constitutional democracy. We must all aspire to ensure that the Constitution is respected. I had said earlier that in fact Zambians are very accommodating people. In another country, what happened today in Parliament, that Parliament tomorrow was not going to open. The people were going to seize the power which they have under the Constitution and ensure that they are the ones in the forefront to fight to restore constitutional order in the country. You should think about those people in Mporokoso constituency, those people in Shiwangandu constituency, those people in Lunte and Kawambwa and Pambashe, and elsewhere where the MP, with a stroke of a second deputy speaker, has been removed from office. What is going to happen to those who repose their confidence and power and trust in these members of parliament, that tomorrow we must have another by-election? It's costly, it's unnecessary, but most importantly, it is being done against the backdrop of breaching the Constitution. This is a fight that every Zambian must take an interest in to restore constitutional order. Thank you very much.
Thank you.